Hey, beautiful people. It's such an intense time right now, isn't it? I have been finding that my firefighter parts, which are the parts in IFS that are the ones that want comfort now, have been really showing up in my life. And one way I notice them getting more active is that I want chocolate for breakfast. And I want to eat it even when I'm not hungry, which is something that I haven't done in years. And I have been letting them have that because I'm needing comfort. And Halloween was just a week ago. I haven't eaten Halloween candy in years, and I ate a whole Butterfinger bar, which was delicious and so fun. And, I think that we can feel the increased intensity that's going on in the world, whether it's just our awareness, like the media is talking all the time about war and catastrophes in various regions, or whether it's just like in the air that we breathe and we don't even know it. But for one reason or another, I think a lot of people are reacting to the intensity. I'm Marta with Inner Artistry, and my main point that I want to talk about today is the looking at and welcoming our firefighter parts. So I am an IFS practitioner. IFS is internal family systems, and one thing that I love about them is they have the motto, all parts are welcome. And so it's finding a way to welcome all of our parts knowing they have a positive intention. And in this model, we look at the parts as falling into three different categories. The manager parts are the ones who do the forward-thinking planning, help us function at work, help us plan for retirement, that kind of thing. Analyzing, our inner critics often fall into that category too. And then there are the exiles. These are the parts that carry our deepest wounds, often in childhood, but not always. And then our firefighters, they are another protective part, but their main goal is assessing when there's high alert in the system, whether it's danger from the outside or the inside, and they're like, bring me comfort now. And if they're very extreme, because there's a lot of hurts and wounds and trauma inside a person's system, then the firefighter parts will be more extreme along the spectrum, tending towards addictive behaviors, such as, we all know drug addiction, alcohol addiction, whatever it is, the kinds of behaviors that can really mess up your life. But they can be a more moderate, they can be on the moderate end of the spectrum too, where, for me, like eating chocolate for breakfast, even when I'm not hungry, that's a clear indication that there's some distress going on in my body. And I often, just like as a normal daily amount of coping in life, like I might eat a fair amount of dark chocolate in a day, and I kind of have come to an agreement with my parts that it's like I can eat as much as I want, but I don't want to eat so much that it makes me feel shaky or have digestive issues or feel bad. So there's a range that feels kind of normal, and it's a way to just kind of tamp down the feelings enough to be functional in the day, knowing that I'm coming back to the feelings at other times to really take care of them. And I find for a lot of people, when we can approach our parts this way, it's so relieving because we all have these parts that want comfort. Comfort is a great goal, and it's one of the joys of being human, to enjoy pleasure and to enjoy sensation and taste and to explore the possibilities. I'm not a big drug user personally, but even like experimenting with drugs and having altered states, like that's a joy of being human. And so if we can relate to our parts knowing that they have this positive intention, that alone can bring some relief in the system. Oftentimes our managers are the ones who get the most critical towards our firefighters because they're like, oh my God, how much chocolate are you eating? How much money are you spending on this? When is this going to end? And so those, the managers are tracking it and the ones that often get concerned about it. So helping the whole system, all the parts know that the firefighters are here to help too, and that their goal is just as worthy as all the other goals that we have within us. So if you have parts that want comfort and enjoyment and pleasure, How does it feel to relate to them right now as if they're doing you a favor, knowing that they have a really good intention for you? And what happens inside of you if you take that in as a possibility? And you might even want to just take a moment right now and check in with your firefighters and see what they have to say. However they show up for you, what is it that they're protecting? What is it that they want you to know? Sometimes firefighters aren't that verbal, so they may not give you direct words, but it may give you a sensation or a clue or a direction to look in. And a lot of times for people who haven't started the inner work journey, the firefighters can just give you an indication of how much intensity lives inside of you. So if you are farther down along that spectrum of more addiction that feels out of control, that's an indication that there's a lot inside that has not been attended to. It doesn't make anybody bad or wrong. It's just information. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and wishing you and your firefighters blessings for today.